My name is Alina, and this is not just a story, it's a scar, a fire, and a resurrection all in one. It's about the day everything fell apart, and the 20 years it took to rebuild myself into someone unrecognizable to the people who once tried to break me. I was 16, still in school, still naive enough to believe that family meant love, that no matter how loud the fights got, no matter how cold the stares, something sacred still bound us together. I believed that even if I failed or disappointed them, they'd still be my parents. I was wrong. It happened at a train station. I remember the day with cruel clarity, the echo of people moving around me, the vibration of tracks under my feet, the sting of the cold metal bench I sat on. We had fought again. I'd stood up for myself for the first time. That was my crime. They told me to get out of the car, said they needed to teach me a lesson. I waited. 5 minutes. Then 15. An hour. My calls went unanswered. The battery on my phone died by nightfall. And there I was, with nothing but my backpack and a hollow kind of pain I didn't have words for yet. That was the moment I learned what abandonment really meant, not just physically, but emotionally. I wasn't a daughter anymore. I was disposable. I didn't go back. I didn't chase. I didn't beg. Instead, I wandered, slept in shelters, ate what I could afford some days. That meant nothing. I worked wherever anyone would take me. Cleaned floors, washed dishes, delivered food. I remember one winter night I was so cold. I wrapped myself in newspaper in a library stairwell and told myself I was just camping. I made up stories to keep the darkness at bay. But I never gave up. I studied during breaks, used library Wi-Fi to teach myself graphic design, coding, marketing. I watched free tutorials, read forums, applied for internships, built portfolios. Every job, every project, no matter how small, was a stepping stone. People started to notice. I got better. I got stronger. Fast forward 20 years and I had created something they never expected. A company, a following, a YouTube channel where I told stories mine and others. A community of people who had been through hell and chose to keep going. I didn't just build a life. I built a legacy. Not for them, but in spite of them. Then one day they showed up. No apology. No remorse. Just entitlement. They had seen the videos, read the articles, found out about the money. And suddenly, they remembered they had a daughter. They came with fake tears and well-rehearsed lines. "We missed you. We're still family. You wouldn't be here without us." At first I froze. Part of me, the smallest part, still hoped they had changed. But then came the threats. The demands. They wanted access to my accounts, a share of my company. They said I owed them for giving me life. When guilt didn't work, they turned bitter, vindictive. They contacted people I worked with, spreading lies. I documented everything. Every message, every phone call, every whisper they tried to send into my professional world. I gathered witnesses, old teachers, caseworkers, even friends from the shelters who remembered my story. I brought truth into the light. Their lies crumbled. The lawsuit? Dismissed with prejudice. My reputation? Intact and even stronger. My community? Fiercely loyal. I didn't just survive their attacks, I turned them into fuel. I made a video about it. I told the world the truth, not out of vengeance, but to set the record straight. And here's the part they never understood. My success was never about proving them wrong. It was about proving myself right. That I was worthy. That I could build a life beyond pain. That I didn't have to carry the shame they tried to brand me with. To those watching, especially the ones who feel alone, unwanted, discarded, I see you. And I want you to hear me clearly. You are not what they said you are. You are not their mistakes, or their cruelty, or their absence. You are what you choose to become. You are your resilience, your voice, your fight. Subscribe to my channel if this story touched you. And like the video. If you've ever had to walk away from someone who was supposed to love you, your story matters. Your healing matters. You are not alone. And the moral of this story: sometimes the people who bring you into this world aren't meant to stay in yours. Walking away doesn't make you weak. It makes you free. And there is no revenge sweeter than building a life so full, so fierce and so untouchable, that they can't do anything but watch. Let them watch.